Hey guys, my name is Ryan. This is my top bar hive. This is my first, I guess, attempt at building a top bar hive. Also, I'm going to be a first-time beekeeper, and I guess I'm looking for some advice. I'm going to walk you guys around my hive and show you what I got so far, and I guess I'll look for some feedback on what I can do to improve it and things that you guys see that needs to be fixed. I guess before I get my bees here in April. Um, I went with the top bar hive. I was looking between the top bar and the Langstroth, and I was looking at the cost of the Langstroth, and I guess the top bar. After I started watching a number of YouTube videos, and I kind of like the different architectural styles of the top bar and things I can do with it versus having a straight box. So that's why I went with the top bar. But also I like the natural, I guess, aesthetics of for the bees when they're, building their comb and as well as their wax, giving them the ability to do that themselves and just giving them some guidance with the beeswax in the top bar. So right now I'm going to walk you around the hive. It's not 100% complete yet, but it's a work in progress. Things I do still need to do is build my follower boards, finish trimming off it, and then as well as one of my big things I want some feedback on is going to be inside the hive itself. So I'm going to move the tripod around, just show you guys here. I went with the tin roof, got some plywood, some pine, and some scrap 2x4s. And under the tin roof I have some particle board. Pretty much simple design, just like I guess everybody else's hive. The unique stuff I did for the hive itself is going to be when we get inside here. And sorry about the video, I got tight space here, but as you can see, we got the piano hinges here. And as you notice, I got the hose down at the bottom, and the hinges are facing towards the hose. I watched a YouTube video, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he did the similar, and the reason he did that was he was able to use the door of the hive to block any bees that may be flying towards him, and the bees can do their things out at the bottom and keep going, and he could be working the hive from the rear. Once again, I do apologize here. I got tight space, but I'm going to go ahead and open the hive now. Got my top bars off at the side. I'm going to open the hive here for you. The door's pretty heavy duty. But as you can see, I don't have any top bars in there right now. This is the start of a follower board. I got my feeder here I built. Just got about 7 or 8 holes in there. I'm not for certain what the what the rule of thumb is for that, but I thought having 2 feeders and having that many holes in it be suffice. But if not, please let me know. One of the big things is you can see down here at the bottom. I noticed there was a debate on door having ventilation and a door and ventilation at the bottom. Some people say yes, some people say no. One thing I did want to have the option of the ventilation without having the door, I guess, because I live in Colorado. I just moved to Colorado, and we get some really severe winds. I just actually built a shed, and the roof is already gone off the shed because we got some really terrible wind. So we get some really wind. So I figured if I had a door and it was open down at the bottom, the wind would take it and flip over the hive, or also the wind could go in there and ruin the cones, and the bees would get upset and leave. So what I did here was I built this little contraption, but as you can see here, you can see the wire mesh down there, and I have portholes, And what's nice about these portholes, it gives me the ability to be able to open and close as much as I want to, if you can see that. But also, I don't have that door that could potentially catch a draft and flip over the hive. So I do have the ability to ventilate my hive with these portholes, and I'll show you underneath here in a second. But I don't have the door, which is cool, I thought. I haven't seen anybody do this, and I'm hoping I haven't stolen anybody's design without giving them credit, but I thought it was unique. But also it gave me the ability to ventilate my hive if I wanted to. The issue I'm running into this, I'm not handy, I'm not a carpenter or anything like that, is my follower boards. So with this here design, my follower boards would run here. So as you can see, there'd be a large void. And I'm trying to figure out an idea to, I guess, get rid of this void so the bees won't be able to just travel freely underneath the follower board. So if anybody has any input on that, please let me know, because I'm drawing a blank. Like I said, I'm not a carpenter. I thought this was a unique and cool design, but once again, I run into that issue. Can't figure out how to fix that problem. One thing I did thought about was building a secondary follow board that just sits here and can slide back and forth, but I don't know if that'll work as well. But I'm gonna show you underneath here how that looks. As you can see, there's a little gap there. All this is going to be painted and trimmed out real nice and caulked, make sure there's no issues. Here's my little doors. I am really proud of them because I'm not a carpenter, but I think I just pulled something out of the air and said, hey, that could work. So, as you can see there, it gives me the ventilation all the way down the hive. But then again, if it's a windy day, I can shut it off all 100%. I can shut it off 50%. So, and the bees still can get their ventilation. Now, the hive is not 100% truly square, so I don't know if that's going to be an issue. I noticed down here on this end, it's 11 inches. Down on the end I'm on, it's 10 3/4. So, and I've been working with that. I'm too far gone, so I hope that's not an issue, especially with the follower boards. I was figuring I would make one follower board that stays on one side at the 11-inch range, and then I'll make one at 10 3/4 and just move them back as such. I may even make 4 so I can have 2 just in case of each side. But I'm going to let this sit the tripod back up, and I'll show you guys my bars. I made these out of, once again, pine here, and then I just took some wooden dowels. I'm going to dip these wooden dowels in beeswax. I nailed them and glued them on, and they sit in here as such. I have, as I said, right now I have 2 follower boards, and then I have 27 bars. I went with 1.5 inch. I was watching a video, and a guy was explaining that he was having an issue with his combs, where the bees would build a comb and then they'll build a brace comb, and it would connect with another comb. So how he figured out to fix that was using 1.5 inch follower